Hello everyone, a very good evening, good afternoon to everyone. This is Nishar. I'm a consultant trainer in Sankyana. So we are going to discuss about the today's webinar topic, that is SAS Viya VA, or that it's a cloud economics facts that could help the organizations. Okay, so this is what our topic of discussion today is. We all know about SAS. So what does the SAS do? SAS is used to turn the raw information, that is the raw data, into the information where the business decisions can be made, right? That is SAS. So nowadays people are just, everybody are just trying to move from SAS to SAS Via. We are going to see in today's session what are the benefits of the SAS Via, and also before that we are also going to see the cloud economic facts that could help the organizations as well, right? So SAS Via is a data analytics framework that help the organization speed up their data analyzing capabilities. And the aim of the SAS Via is to make the data make the big data analysis more accessible to most of the different organizations, and to speed up the process at every step, from the data collection or to the data deployment, and different industries which have benefited from the SaaS VM. So due to the accelerated timetable and the scalable operations as well, right? So the SaaS VM has many key features that made it a valuable asset for the organizations. Like with the SaaS VM, the computer operations are distributed across multiple cores in a single server itself, and all the data and the tables which are stored is in the memory for a longer period as it is required. And SAS via also the SAS via engine offers a secure, scalable, multi-user environment which allows for the collaboration between the multiple people and concurrent users also. So the SASVIA needs, thanks to its secure, because all the data is secure there, the cloud based infrastructure is being available, so the data processing automatically adjusts to both the constrained and the non constrained environments over there. And because it is allowing the organization to scale the computing as needed, and even experiment with different approaches and even different scenarios which is being provided. So the shift nowadays, the shift to the cloud, right, the shift to the cloud computing has dramatically transformed how the organizations and the business store manage and analyze their data, right? The benefit of this shift is like well known, like moving to the cloud is going to increase the potential, or it is going to gain more value to their data through the faster access and the greater scalability, and the cost efficiency is also there. So in this session today we are going to see the facts about the cloud economics that could help your organizations. And once we see this, what is the reason, and we are going to take a look into what is the SAS overview and its features, along with the benefits of SAS via, right? So as we can see that, as we could see that many organizations know the performance is only sometimes very proportional to the investment, right? The performance depends on the investment which has been happening. In many cases the cloud actually, what it is trying to do is it is trying to increase the risk of driving costs over there. So much according to the research which has been conducted, 80% of the public cloud customers have taken some of their workloads off the cloud. Okay, some of the off the cloud. So the performance issues or the unexpected cost and the lack of control are some of the reasons why this is happening. And the struggle of balancing the benefits with the need to mitigate the risk and ensure a continued return on the investment is real nowadays, right? So the good news we have is that there is something we can do with the SaaS via. You can keep your cloud cost in check every time. Okay, and we have three facts here which we can talk about. These three facts, that is nothing but the fact one which we are going to talk about is the SaaS via helps the organization scope their cloud strategy ahead of the time. Okay, so that is the fact one. So what is that? What is that? If we see that implementing a cloud strategy without a proper scoping can lead to significant cost overruns, right? And inefficiencies also. So research shows that the organizations without a cloud optimization, it processes tend to overspend by like 40% due to unmanaged costs and or unexpected usage, or suboptimal designs are there, and implementations are there, or wrong sized production is also there, right? And the waste in the development and testing environments is also there, among other reasons. Okay, among other reasons. So VI is helping visual analytics. This is trying to help you avoid the scenarios by accurately scoping your analytics transformation before it has been implemented into your cloud migration strategy, or supplementing the cloud strategy already underway which has been happening. So using this particular scope, we can try to like we can just be ahead of the time when we are trying to work on it, right? So the next fact which we are going to see is that the second fact which is there when it comes to the cloud economics is that the SaaS via on an average it achieves 30 times more value out of your cloud cost than the competitors. So what does that mean? So if I say Sasvia outperforms the leading alternatives like with optimized algorithmic performance. Okay, optimized algorithmic performance, like performance right out of the box which is there. But is this enough? That kind of a question we come across, like when it comes to putting analytics to production, a few benefits must be assured. Like what are the benefits must be assured before we go ahead? That is, we need a good efficiency, we need accuracy, we need repeatability, we need scalability, we need governance. So these are all the benefits which must be assured before we put the analytics into the production, right? So when we look into that, a SAS algorithm, okay, a SAS algorithm and a responsible and an ethical AI practices which is there, okay, ethical AI practices which is there are tested for these kind of qualities out there. And SAS also provides openness as it integrates with the open source and key incorporating open source algorithms that will provide the same assurance with the SAS also. So by embracing the open source algorithms in every way, this enables the analyst to pursue the best outcome every time, regardless of the algorithm and the programming language of the choice which you choose. So so it's like VR users spend less time coding, less time testing and interpreting, free instead of focusing on delivering the results. Okay, instead of delivering the results. So the next fact which we are going to see is fact number 3, that is VR tries to provide, SASVIA tries to provide detailed knowledge on consumption metrics. Okay, on consumption metrics and powerful insights. So what is that consumption metrics? So in the digital age, what is happening, you have to understand your consumption metrics. It's very important to understand that part. So this can unlock, what can it happen, it can unlock the powerful insights that can benefit your organization in a very numerous ways. For instances, we can say that by analyzing your consumption metrics, you can gain an understanding of your cloud usage patterns. Okay, you can gain an understanding of how you're using the cloud, and leading that will lead to the informed forecasts of the cloud cost and performance expectations. So and in turn what you're trying to get is, it is going to help you identify the areas for the improvement, right? It is benefiting where if I have the area of an improvement, plus I will also get the detailed consumption metrics which will enable the whole team to create a validated map of which workload and the data should migrate to the cloud and which shouldn't migrate to the cloud. So if you come to know these all aspects, it is very easy for you all to work with it, right? So the SASVIA comes with an ecosystem diagnostics that can let you see which workloads consumes the most resources and the runtime in the cloud, and the organizations can detect the resource heavy workloads early so that you can improve the performance and so that you can avoid the issues as well. right? So this is a great thing. So you can also optimize your cloud spending, right? You can optimize your cloud spending by using the insights which has been provided by the detailed consumption metrics, and thorough you can also, through a thorough analysis of the resource usage, you can also identify the areas of inefficiencies, or the areas where you are overspending, so that to take corrective measures and optimize the cloud cost, right? To optimize the cloud cost is also there. So using all these three facts which we are which we have discussed here, that is, one is with chance via helps the organization scope their cloud strategy ahead of the time, which we have discussed on that. And the SaaS via on an average achieves 30 times more value out of your cloud cost than the competitors, so that we are getting few benefits which we should be assuring, that is efficiency, accuracy, repeatability, scalability, and the governance. And SaaS via provides detailed knowledge of the consumption metrics and powerful insights, right? So these are all the facts which we will be getting, we are just trying to face when it is being used with the cloud economics, and so that that is going to benefit our organization, right? So this is one part. And then we are just trying to move ahead. So how this SaaS VI is able to perform, or how this SaaS VI is able to give this kind of an advantage on these facts, and tell that it could help your organization. So what is the SaaS VIA? Okay, what is the SaaS VIA? What is SaaS VIA? So we could see here SaaS VIA. SAS Viya is an AI, artificial intelligence, analytic, and data management platform that runs on a modern scalable architecture. Okay, that is run on modern scalable architecture, and it is a cloud first software designed to be delivered and updated continuously, and bring the power of analytics to everyone everywhere. So SAS Viya integrates the art of decision making with the science of artificial intelligence and advanced analytics, so that it could help the organization make a better and a faster decision. Okay, better and a faster decision. So this is what the SAS VIA does. And SAS VIA also have one particular server which is called as a CAS action, or a CAS server, which is called as a cloud analytics servers, which is cloud infrastructure, that is called as a cloud analytics server. Using that, SAS VIA uses that cloud analytics server so that it could perform the tasks, like the smallest unit of the work for the this particular cloud analytical server is a CAS action, we call it as. So the CAS action can load the data, can transform the data, it can compute the statistics, or it could perform the analytics, and it could create the output also for us. So when a program is being submitted to the cloud analytical service, okay, in the SaaS VI, it first goes to the cloud analytical service controller, and the controller will distribute the data to separate to the worker nodes, and the worker nodes will try to perform the coordinated parallel processing, right? We have the parallel processing on their portion of that particular data which is provided to them, and this is means that they are executing the same action at the same time. Okay, the same action at the same time. So using this CAS action, or the cloud analytical service, only SaaS VI is trying to give as a good output. And the SaaS visual analytics, SaaS is what is the SaaS visual analytics over here? So the SaaS visual analytics is a web-based product that leverages the SaaS high performance analytics technologies, so that I could empower the organization and explore huge volumes of data very quickly. So here the advantage is, where if you have a very large volume of data, you can easily identify and you can easily explore that huge volume of data, and you can identify the patterns in that particular data, what is the trend in the data, and opportunities for further analysis also could be performed using the SaaS visual analytics over with you, which is being given to you, which has been provided. And this SaaS VIA works harder so that you can work smarter. So there are few kind of a features which I am trying to input here. Okay, few features which I am trying to input, so that is SaaS VIA could work harder so that you can work smarter. So what are they trying to say here? So SaaS VIA's artificial intelligence based automation is trying to align to the needs and the talents of your team. Okay, to the needs and the talents of your team, so that it is keeping both the the models and progress in motion across the analytics life cycle. So everybody is going to work along in the same. That's what I told, right? That it has a cloud analytical service. The CAS action is there, like when a programmer is there who is just submitted to the CAS. When a program is there which is submitted to the CAS, so what it will do, it will first go to that CAS controller, and that controller will distribute the data to separate worker nodes over there. Okay, they will distribute the data to the separate worker nodes, and those worker nodes perform the coordinated parallel processing. So in the same way, SAS we are just making our work working our work harder, so that we could work smarter, in which I can manage the data, I can develop the models, and I can also deploy the models at the same time using the SAS Viya. Okay, and I can also bring my own language. Okay, or I can use our own language. So we have the SAS language, SAS programming language, which we have learned, the SAS, the normal SAS application using the SAS 9.4, and using that you can do, or you can also bring your own language. So if you see, we have the other open source programming language like Python, R, REST, Lua, Java, right? We have the other programming language. These are the open sources language. So this SAS via allows, or this SAS via understands that everyone has a preferred language of their own when it comes to their work. I will be comfortable with some language, and you might be comfortable with some language. So it is benefiting us, making it possible so that I can integrate the teams and the technology across the analytics life cycle. I can do not only analysis using SAS, right? I can do not only analysis analytics using SAS. I can use the different programming language to do the analysis. So with the help of SAS VIA, I can make it possible so that I can integrate, and I can integrate the teams, and I can integrate the technology across the analytics life cycle, so that I can enable all types of SAS and the open source users to collaborate. Okay, and this CAS or this cloud analytical service is there, which I had told you already. It will try to integrate using that CAS action only. So only I had pointed out that CAS server or the CAS action. So that cloud analytical service integrates with the common open source languages, and this CAS actions can be called directly from the Lua. So when a programmer is trying to work on the data, he can directly call from the Java. He can directly do the CAS action, can be called directly from the Java, Lua, R, Python, REST APIs. And I can integrate the SAS and the open source technology, which is often helpful for two main reasons. Why? I can programmatically access the SAS via using the open source software, or I can bring the open source models into the SAS via. Right, it is a great part to do that, right? So this is one of the very benefiting part here. And within one platform, the whole team can work, right? So one server serves the whole team, right? One server, it is trying to serve the whole team. So the SAS via is trying to create a transparent and a flexible shared space for us, where everyone on the data and the analytics team can work together successfully. Okay, and I can explore and I can combine the data. What and all I can do with it, I can explore and I can combine the data. I can work faster with the SAS via. I can communicate your work, which is very very important, right? So when a person is trying to work in an industry, he or she might want to explain and combine a wide range of tools and technology to find out an optimal solution for any use cases which has been there. And I should also work faster, so to complete one task which has been allotted and there is a proper deadline for us to meet, so I will have to work faster at every stage of the analytics life cycle. So I can do that with the help of this parallel processing using the CAS action. And intelligent automation is also been there, where I can manage the data, I can develop the model, and I can deploy the model also there, right? And the last important point is where I can communicate my work to other teams as well, because it is a parallel processing, and including the non-technical audience also I can communicate using the automatically generated model explanations. Okay, each model will have the model explanation and project summaries which is being created via the natural language generation. generation. Okay, natural language generation which is there, which will try to explain, it will try to communicate with the team like what is this model about, what are they trying to do in that particular project. It gives a summary of the whole thing, which is making our task very easy, very faster, and I'm going to complete my task also faster. So that is one platform. With this one platform I can serve the whole team and I can communicate with the whole team, right? So when I try to put everything, so when I just gave in the facts in the beginning itself, the three facts which the cloud analytical server is facing, when I gave in those facts, how this has been working is because of the SAS Viya. When I put in all together, what all I can do with SAS Viya is like from raw data I can convert it to the operational insights that supports every decision. And SAS Viya is an artificial intelligence analytic and data management platform, so that is going to run on a modern scalable architecture. And the SAS Viya is a cloud enabled and allows the scalable web based access for your particular data processing needs as well. And SAS Viya also includes an in memory engine and parallel processing. And we also don't have to learn separately for SAS in case if you have already learned your base SAS programming or the SAS 9.4 which you have learned, because that the familiar SAS codes that you used to write in the SAS 9. However, with a few modifications which is required, you need to code and take advantage of the SAS Viya in memory parallel processing and for the accelerated or a very fast efficient performance there. And SAS Viya also provides integration with the open tools like R, Python and other open source languages. Right, what are the features when it comes to SAS Viya, why, how, and how I can do all these tasks which I have been explained. So when it comes to the SAS Visual Analytics and its features, like SAS Visual Analytics is a web based product. So all you need is a browser with you and your web address for the Visual Analytics for the server. And once you connect, you will be able to access the data. Okay, once you connect, you will be able to access the SAS high performance analytics. Okay, you will be able to access the SAS high performance analytics, in which this allows us to reach out to those with a very large volume of our data. Okay, with those with a very large, I can go with the very large volume of the data, and I can look for those patterns, the trends, the opportunities for us to do a deep dive into this particular data. So this massive amount of the data, this is what we all struggle with, right? This is what we all struggle with. So we have so much of data with us, and what we can do with this data, I can go and I can create the reports with this data, I can explore the data, right? I can also share insights. And but what is happening, but before we can do any of these, creating reports, sharing the insights, or exploring the data, we need to get the data into the visual analytics, right? So we can use this import, right? We can also import our data, so it's quite easy. That is just a little point and click interface which will be there, bring that data right into the visual analytics of the SAS Viya, what you have. So but now what is happening is behind the scenes is that the data which is actually going to be stored in a server which is called as a cloud analytical server, right? Whatever data we have, it is getting stored in the cloud analytical server. So a cloud analytical server or cloud analytical service, CAS service we call it as. And it is a high speed. Okay, the cloud analytical service is a very high speed, and it is a scalable. Okay, and it is also scalable. So what is the meaning, like if you guys have started with smaller installation and you just want to add some more missions, that's quite easy to do because it is scalable, right? And it has the node to node communication. Okay, it has node to node communication. So what does this node to node communication do? So there is a head node, so that we have this particular head node here. So this head node will be in charge. So this head node will be in charge, and it will distribute the data equally among the worker nodes. Okay, and the worker nodes have the backup with them, so therefore there is no fault tolerance. Okay, my data is missing, I'm losing my data, those kind of situation don't happen because they will be having the backup with them. So there is no fault tolerance also, because what is fault tolerance? It is nothing but a system that is a network or a cloud cluster. It is like it has the ability to continue operating without any interruption when one or more of its component fails, right? That is called as fault tolerance. So because this worker node have a backup part, even the fault tolerance is been there, and so that we can make sure that if it would go down, we don't actually lose our data, right? And it is quite resilient also, which is nothing but I can be able to withdraw the informations very quickly which has been backed from any kind of difficult conditions also, right? So these are the few connections which I can help you and make you understand using the SAS Viya part. And the core components of the SAS Viya is that it has a in memory and the flexible structure, in memory processing and the flexible structure. So SAS Viya, it is an open cloud enabled analytic runtime environment. It works in the in memory engine. All right, it works in an in-memory engine, fast processing, and the data of any size could be worked very fast. Within seconds, it could do the analysis during, especially during the real time. That is a runtime environment. It could give me the output and the results in a very faster way, and I will be getting the dealing. I can deal with any kind of a data of any size. When I am trying to end up with these benefits of the SAS Viya, so there are three benefits which I can get. That is, it can adapt as needed and boost the productivity and accelerate outcomes responsibility. So when it comes to adapting as needed, adapt as needed, it has a cloud native architecture. So I can just tap into the power of the cloud native and cloud agnostic architecture, that I can deliver the full promise of AI analytics for me. And elastic and scalable benefits, which is nothing but provision resources, workloads and uses on a cost effective cloud infrastructure, so that can handle the peak loads for me, and it can ensure you pay for only the resources you need there, right? And then I have the last part, that is a simplified data access, which is nothing but it is going to overcome the barriers to the analytics that scale by simplifying the data access, and it can eliminate the data movement with powerful data migration tools and support for multiple programming languages. So this all comes under the adapt as needed. Then we have the boost productivity. In the boost productivity, we have analytics for all, which is nothing but extended analytics to all types of users with easy to use yet powerful tools are provided that will empower them to innovate without any obstacles, right? And I have the next one, that is open source compatibility, which is very important, right? Very important and very advantageous, wherein I can integrate with the open source technologies and take advantage of varied skill sets and talents, letting the users choose their preferred programming languages over there. And I can also go for automation, that is using the AI driven automation process, the entire analytics life cycle, including the data wrangling, exploration, model ops, and confidently move one model into the production. I can do that with the help of boosting the productivity. And the last one is the accelerate outcome responsibly. So that is happening wherein I get a trusted transparent insights. So using the proven artificial intelligence, that is going to unlock the best possibility, and it is going to automatically generate repeatable explanations of the data and the models in simple language. I can have the trusted and transparent insight over there with responsible AI embedded with interpretably fairness and bias monitoring, so there is no bias throughout the analytics life cycle over there. And the final part, we can go with the governance, which is also very important, where the confidently it is going to govern your data models and decisions with automated data and model lineage and robust model management also over there. There is a good governance when it comes to the SAS Viya part, right? So with this, we are just going to have the last part, that is what could happen in the future, the three facts which we try to talk about, right? The three facts which we try to talk about as a cloud native of the AI, the analytics and the data management platform, SAS Viya is enabling you to scale a very cost effectively, increase productivity and innovative faster, and the transparency is happening, and the shift of that cloud computing is like becoming more because of that. There are the three facts which helps the facts of the about the cloud economics that is going to help the organization is that it is going to help the organization so that they could scope their organization cloud strategy ahead of the time. They can think ahead of the time and keep, and also they can achieve 30 times more value out of the cloud cost and the competitors. And also they get a detailed knowledge on consumption metrics and powerful insights. Using that we can get into an informed decision out there. And when it comes to the future of navigating the cloud economics challenge, okay, the outlook is very very promising, as it been mentioned in the slide over here, as organization increasingly recognizes the value of potential of the cloud. So the cloud has become a powerful tool for using the vast amount of the data and gaining the practical insight and driving innovations over there. So these opportunities which is there come with a unique set of challenges in order so that they can maximize the benefits of the cloud. So fortunately, when I want to add in some more points over here, fortunately you can also address these concerns with the via, like by scalable algorithms. We have the ecosystem diagnostic, and we have detailed knowledge on the consumption metrics. Organization can analyze their cloud infrastructure and identify the areas of improvement, so that it is providing such tools and technologies, and is helping the organization to optimize their cloud usage and manage the cost very effectively, right? It is very much important and necessary as well for most of the organization, especially when it comes to the small or the mid-size businesses which is just growing ahead, even for the larger businesses also, because it can manage the very large amount of the data, as well as with the speed is also very very efficient, right? So with this I am just going to stop here. I hope this session was very informative to everyone. Until unless we meet with a good topic of discussion in the next event, I just want to take leave from here. Thank you so much for everyone, and have a good day ahead.